All right, guys, welcome back to building a robot arm. So this week we're going to continue building our arm. So last week we did the mechanical build of the turret thing here. And one of the things we wanted to do after we did that was to orient it so that this peak here is always facing toward the nano here so that it turns this way and that way, okay? And the reason that we want to do that is because the main arm is going to be sticking out, going this direction, and we don't want the main arm hitting the nano like that. Okay, so today we are going to be adding the main arm. So let's go ahead and change to the top view of the parts to take a look at what parts we need. All right, here we go. So here's an overview of our parts. We're going to need 3 main parts for the arm. So we've got this one right here, 1, this one right here, 2, and then there's this weird looking piece, this one right here, 3. All right, 1, 2, and 3. Now those will make up the first, what we call the main arm. And then we're also going to mount another motor. So you're going to need one of these motors, one of your servo motors. So I'll put that's the 4th piece. And you also need a servo motor mount. Not the square one here, but the round one. So one of these, 5, okay? Now take note there's 4 of these, so just one of them in this situation. All right, and now for the nuts and bolts. How are we going to fasten these things? What do we need? We need something for the servo motor. We're actually going to get, there's 3 different types of these servo horns. We're going to want to get the type, let me zoom in here. We want this type right here. Okay, that only has, I call it wing, only 1 wing. So this is 1 wing. This one has 2 wings, and then this one has 4 wings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the 1 wing servo. And then let's go ahead and grab 2 of these servo screws. Okay, the 2 big ones. Let's see, what else do we need? Moving down here. Yes, we need our screws here. So in this situation, we need to fasten, kind of like the 3D puzzle that we did last time. Similar thing here with our arm. So we're going to get, we need 2 times, we need 2 of the M3 by 12. All right. That's going to be these guys right here. So 2 of these, and then also 2 of these nuts. All right, so I'm going to switch over to your screen. Go ahead and this will be a good time. Let me zoom out so we see everything. This would be a good time to grab all of your parts. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3. These are the 3 main parts of the arm. 1 servo motor, a servo motor mount. We have 2 M3 by 12 screws here, and then 2 nuts, and then also 2 of these long servo screws and 1 one-winged servo coupling. All right, kind of a lot of stuff, but this is not the first time that we've looked at this stuff, so I think you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be all right. Okay, so I'm going to move over to this screen. All right, so here's our turret and our base. I'm going to move this to the side. We're going to come back to this in a second. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it here for now because I need to show you something. So here are my 3 main parts, okay, of the arm. Now, just to kind of give you an idea of what this is going to look like, this will fit into this, which is going to fit into this, like that, okay? And then kind of like before, or not kind of like, exactly like before, you're gonna notice these little holes right here. That's where the nut and the bolt goes through to fasten it. All right. Now, what we might be tempted to go ahead and insert the bolt and the nut here to fasten this, but that's not actually the best thing to do, because we need to take this whole thing and put it and mount it in here. Okay. Now, the tricky thing that's going to happen here is that the further that we go into building this thing, the harder it's going to be to access things. Like, you know, you're going to be putting a lot of things, and you're trying to get your screwdriver in there. It's going to get tricky. Okay, so there's actually important the way that the order that we do it. So this part right here, okay, needs to fasten. A screw is going to go through there, and then it's going to go into right here, into that hole right there, and then that's how it's going to fasten. Now, it's really hard to get a screw there with this part in the way, so we're going to actually kind of do that part first. All right, I want to explain to you so you're not like, why are we doing this part first? All right, so I'm going to take this apart. All right, so go ahead and first grab this piece right here. All right, and I want you to orient it just like I have it. If you look at this piece, you got these 3 circles, right? And then you have these 2 rectangles. We want to make sure that the longer rectangle is on the right side. We don't want it like that. Would be incorrect, because in this case, the longer rectangle is on the left side. Make sure the longer rectangle is on the right, okay? And, we're gonna need another screw, the screw that actually goes into here. I forgot to mention, so I'm gonna jump back over to my screen here. Sorry, guys. We also need, I think it's right here. We need 1 M3 by 6. Okay, 1 M3 by 6. So one of these small ones here. So let me jump back. There we go. 1 M3 by 6. Here we go. Little guy. Remember, 6 means 6 millimeters. So what's going to happen is that this will go through here, and then we're going to screw it in all the way through, and it's going to come out the other side right here. It's going to stick out, and then screw it into this hole right here where my where I'm pointing right here. Okay, so as always, it's a little tricky. You got to use some strength here, but first thing is make sure you have it in the right hole. Okay, again, the longer rectangle is right here. Then you take this. Now, what I like to do, rather than trying to put this in here, and the way that we're actually going to go from this side, what I mean is that the flat part of the screw is going to go on this side like that. Okay. So I could go like that, put it through, and then put this here, kind of match up the hole, and then I take my screwdriver and then start screwing it in. Okay, so you could do that, but what I found is that it's pretty tough. Okay, because it's a really tight fit to get into this thing. So this is what I recommend. First, take this piece, put it down flat, and then what we'll do is take your screwdriver and then take your screw, and then with it flat on the table, go ahead and screw it in. Okay, see, right now I'm screwing it in. Okay, and what I'm doing, it's really tough, so I'm actually putting it on the table, and then I'm pushing down, and then going. Maybe you can see it better here, this view right here, right? So I'm pushing down on it and screwing it in. The reason I'm doing this, I'm kind of just getting it warmed up so it kind of eats into the plastic a little bit, so it's going to be easier later. See, now it's basically through, so that's pretty good. Maybe I want to go a little bit more. Okay, that's pretty good, and I'll kind of back it out. So once you've done that, then reverse it. Okay, let's get this guy out of here. All right. Okay, so what have I done? I've kind of eaten into the plastic a little bit, but I did it in this position, like on the table, so it's a lot easier. Because the other option is like I put it here and try to do that. This part right here, this part, what I'm pointing at, this could break, you know, as you're trying to put it a lot of force. So that should help us out. Okay, so now that I've done that, I kind of prepped this area. Now let's take this screw and put it through. Let me change views right here. Okay. So now I can take this piece, put it through, and then I have this one over here. All right, I'm going to turn it. Okay, now over here, I can screw it in. Just gotta use a little bit more finesse here, kind of get it lined up. Sorry guys, again, I like to show you the real thing rather than me cutting in and out of it so that you can see the whole process, okay? You might be faster than me, that's okay, that's great. All right, I got this in there. Gonna get the hole lined up. There we go. There we go. So it might take a couple tries, okay? All right, so now it's kind of on there, but then now I'm gonna hold it with this finger here and then give it some support with my thumb on this part right here. And then let's screw this guy in. Still tough, but it would have been even tougher had I not prepped it earlier. Okay, pretty good. So you want to get it so that so right now there's a slight wiggle, but you can't see a gap. See, there's no gap right there, so that's good. Maybe I'll do a little tighter. Okay, that's nice. So it's still gonna move like that, that's okay. But the main thing, you just make sure there's no gap between these two pieces. Okay, so this part, that part is in. Now, I'm gonna put this to the side here. I want you to grab this guy, this piece right here, and I want you to grab the one-wing servo coupling, all right? So we have it like this. What we need to do is we're gonna put the servo coupling into this hole right here. All right, and just to make sure, remember, gotta keep an eye on this small hole. It's not that one, it's the big hole, okay? So we put it in there, and then we grab one of these servo screws, the one that comes with the servo motor, and we're going to screw it in We're going to flip this over. We're going to screw it in from the other side. All right, let's see, I have it down. There we go. And we screw it in. All right. Actually, I have it on the, you see it's going through the, you might not be able to tell, but it's coming through the last hole right there. It's actually not great. It might break. So what you want to do is, rather than have it like that, move this more to the center of this hole here. So I'm going to undo this. Just little things I noticed the first time I built it, make some mistakes, and then so just giving you guys some advice here. All right, let's put this back to hold it, and let's put more towards the center. Okay, that's more towards the center. All right, careful as it comes through, it's going to poke you. But that's good. And then just screw it in, and it's going to come all the way through. All right. Nice. All right. So now bringing this guy back. So this will be here. Okay. And then if you remember, how does this connect to this? Well, this piece. All right, so let's go ahead and piece this together. Remember, 3D puzzle. Okay, that works. If yours doesn't fit, you might need to flip this piece, okay? And then just like last time, we got to then put the nut and then this, the nut and then the screw through here to fasten these. So let's see if I can do a better job this time. We put the nut in, there we go. Pretty smooth. M3 by 12. Get it in there. I think I got it. Pretty good, guys. Tighten it. Nice. And then let's do this other side. Put the nut in. So again, once you've done it once, all of this stuff gets a lot easier. Screw it in, nice. There we go. All right. So we've got our arm set up here. Now, let's take our motor here, all right, and we are gonna put it in this hole right here. Now, this part will match up with the servo coupling. So we just put that in. All right, so yeah, putting it just like this. Now, okay, I just noticed something. This top part does not fit there. Actually, it should fit. It does fit right here. So what did I do? I put this part in. This part right here needs to flip that way. I need to take this off and flip it. So that should be easy enough, but that's something that, see, I wasn't careful enough, and then I didn't didn't tell you guys to be careful of that either. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. All right, it's good for you guys to see this because someone might make the same mistake. The bigger part right here of the servo coupling, we want to make sure that it's facing out the outside. Right now it's facing the inside. So let me take this off. It should be pretty quick fix. Let's take this out. Okay. Flip it. There, okay. That should be better. Just put this back. Not bad, not bad. Okay. Little detour, that's okay. Now, this thing's flipped the right way. Now it should be able to click in. There we go. Check it out. All right. Now, before I put the screw in to mount it, let's calibrate this thing. So I'm gonna undo that. And let's do some coding. And then so that we make sure our servo motors are oriented the right way before we continue. All right, so moving over to my code screen. All right, here we go. Let's actually get my, okay, we've got both things going. Let's set up a servo motor. Hashtag include servo.h. And then let's create a servo object called, let's quickly verify the base, this turret motor. So I call it the base motor, servo base motor. And then base motor dot attach, and I like to go pin 9. So this first one, I'm going pin 9. That's gonna be like that. All right. And then so attach number 9, and then let's go 0 degrees. Base motor dot write 0. And let's see what happens. So let's upload. I think I have it. I think I have the base motor on correctly, but just want to make sure. Okay. Okay, great. So 0 is going to be like that, and then this is the peak. So the peak is still on this side, like toward the nano. So we're okay. So 90 should be like that, and then 180 should be the other way. So let's try 90. Cool. And then 180 should be that. And notice how this arm does not hit my nano, because that's what we wanted to make sure, right? 180 should be down this way. There we go. All right, so that's that motor. Now, here, let me bring it to 90 so we have it in a good position for everyone. Now what we want to do is this, right? So let's look at the range of motion on this thing. And I'm going to turn it this way so that you can have a better view. So it can go down to like this, and then it can go up to, I guess, to there, right? Down. So we probably want it something like, if this could be 0, and then this could be like 180, that would be good. Okay. What you don't want is, you don't want the servo motor trying to push it past, like into down past this, because look, it's gonna hit this part right here, and then what's gonna happen? It's gonna hurt your robot turret here, and also hurt your motor. Okay, so we want to make it like here is like 0, and then here is like 180. So let's try that. How do we do that? Let's first put our motor here. Okay, and if we want, we can actually put this guy on too. Let's do that. So grab our servo motor mount. There we go. Okay, and we'll fasten this on later, but let's first kind of let's just have it there, and then let's put this onto number 10. So 10 will be this window over here. All right, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and move this, program this motor, which is number 10, servo 10, to 0 degrees. Okay. So I'm going to create a second mover, and this will be called main arm motor. And let's do main arm motor dot attach 10, because I connected to number 10. And let's move main arm motor to 0. Okay. Let's do it. Okay. So okay, so it's at 0 now. And let me actually just put, this is like another coupling I have here, just so that you can see the movement. Okay. So right now it's at 0. So if I do 180, it should turn that way, right? We'll see. Yeah, okay, so 180 is like that way, and then 0 is like that way. So that's a quick way to tell. You kind of look at it. So you look at the motion on this, kind of this test servo horn, and then you think about what's the best for this situation. So if I put it onto here, this should be 180. 180 should be like this position then. Right? So 180 should be like this, and then 0 should be like that. All right? So let's do that. So it's kind of flipped from before, because before I wanted this to be 0, but because of the way the servo motor works, it can't work like that. So it has to be that this is 180, and then when I go 0, it goes back. All right, so let's do that. So right now this is 180, so I'm going to take this off and say, you know what, I like that. So remember, I programmed it to be 180 right now. Now what I do I want this over here when I set it? No, this is the 0 position. So I need to put it at like what I think 180 would be good. So like maybe this position. And then I put it in. Boom. All right. That is 180. And then I can now say 0, and it should go back the other way, and everything should be cool. Sweet. Okay, let me change the view so you can see it. Okay, so this is 0 here. This is 180. 180 is coming up. All right. Okay, so what do we do now? Let's fasten everything. Everything's oriented correctly. So let's go ahead and tighten this stuff up. So, let's take our servo screw, and we need to put the screw into there. Looks like a tight fit, guys. We'll see if we can get in there. Yeah, life gets more and more tricky, guys, as I mentioned, as we get further along on this. First, get it through into that hole. Cool. Yeah, not easy, but not impossible. Okay, and then I might tighten that up a little bit later, but I had to kind of go at like an angle. Okay, maybe it's, yeah, I think you kind of have to go at an angle. And guys, remember, as you're screwing this in, make sure you're holding the motor and everything, like supporting it. Otherwise you might give too much torque and break either the horn or the gears in there. Okay, just something to keep in mind. Okay, now over here, this guy, what do we need? We need the screws here and a screw there. All right, and those two screws, I believe, we'll have to double check me on this, but I think, let's see if these fit. Nope. I was going to say the 6-inch, or sorry, the 6 millimeters. Yeah, so you need the M3. These are 10, I believe. Let's make sure. Yeah, M310 screws to go through here and to tighten up. So I'll do one of them for you, and then I'm going to save the rest. I'm going to go ahead and plug this. I'll do one so you can see it come together. Okay, not bad. All right, and then the other one, same thing down here. So there you go, guys. In terms of the challenge, so once you have it all oriented, let's just go ahead and do a quick challenge of moving like this, okay? You start from here, and you go up, down. Go here, up, down. Go here, up, down. And then go here, up, down. Go here, up, down. All right? So we've got it kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 5 moves with a kick at each move. All right? So see if you can do that. It's kind of similar to the program that we did with the cardboard, except a lot cooler now because we have this full-on robot arm going. All right, that's it for today. Have fun, and I will see you soon.